Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? Hope you're all doing well. Some things I wanted to catch up on in this cast, because I felt like yesterday's was getting long, so perhaps we should split the news between two podcasts instead. What's everyone been getting up to this weekend? Just turn the music down and see who's in the chat. Hello to Sharon. Hey Janet. Hey Tara Lovett. Hey Clark. Hey Louise. Hey Benjamin. Hey Coralita. Hey Himi fan. If I just make sure that you always hit the like button on the video and now the hype button, because YouTube seems to be doing all types of extra things. It just helps the algorithm know that we are here. Help us get ahead of the trolls. Right, let's get to it. Yes, what a week. Oh, Carter, what a week. I feel exhausted. Nice to see that you're finally catching a live, Benjamin. Always a pleasure to have you here. I'm feeling exhausted. Now, here we have some news that Meghan could appear in a Guy Ritchie film. Bear in mind, though, Meghan filmed a cameo appearance playing herself already in a comedy featuring Brie Larson, Lily Collins, and Jack Quaid. So she already actually filmed a cameo. And now there are rumors of her. I don't know where these came from. So, because I don't know where they came from, have to be careful not to get too excited. But yes, there are talks of Meghan to join Guy Ritchie's The Gentleman after she and Prince Harry moved back to the UK. Now, even in previous interviews, Meghan never ruled out acting completely, but and yes, she has filmed cameos. But it would be very, very interesting for her to do like a full feature film. And that's why I'm not sure I'm 100% convinced, because filming on set, that's a whole nother commitment on top of everything else. So this is from the Hollywood Reporter. So I'm just going to read the article and then I will give my analysis on this. So Duchess Meghan is eyeing a return to acting after she and husband Prince Harry relocate back to the United Kingdom. The Hollywood Reporter has learned that she's in advanced discussions to join Guy Ritchie's The Gentleman, which shoots in the UK. The part is currently being written for an unannounced third season, so it's unclear how many episodes she would appear in. The Gentleman Season 2 premieres on September 3rd. Meghan met Ritchie through mutual acquaintances, we're told. Additional details were not immediately available, and Netflix did not immediately respond to the Hollywood Reporter's request for comment. The news of her return to acting first reported early Friday by an Australian outlet, news.com.au. That is a Murdoch outlet. That's a Murdoch outlet. So I might actually just write this one off as not true. Because how would news.com.au, a Murdoch outlet, get such an exclusive? Who would tell them? Not even the Daily Fail or TMZ. You'd go and tell news.com.au. These were the ones some time back were actually offering me money. I said absolutely not. Comes 2 days after it was revealed that the couple are planning to move across the pond. I think with this whole thing, they're just making guesses and trying to throw it out and see what sticks. Senior entertainment reporter Bronte Coy, who broke the story, told BBC's Radio 4 today on Friday that the acting gig played a big role in the couple's decision to move back to the UK. This is such a key part of the puzzle, she said, adding, I think when we all heard the news that Harry and Meghan were moving here, and within a matter of days, um, the kids were enrolled in school, everyone was asking, what is Meghan going to be doing? Aha! So admitting that's your main obsession of the acting role. Of the acting role, Coy added, "I'm told it's significant and she's excited about it." Do you know what? I bet it's probably just a cameo again. Rebecca, you said, I really hope she doesn't do it. She just got their kids in school, different environments for the kids, a lot of adjustments to be made. I mean, mum's work. Megan's no different. So it's not so much about whether or not I hope she does it. If she wants to do it, she's going to do it. It's just whether or not I believe she's doing it. That's my argument. Do I believe she's doing it? I'm not 100% convinced. Yeah, and she may be working on the production side, not on the acting side. Hmm. I mean, obviously, they've also got um the Polo is now being turned into a drama series, which I think is going to work a lot better. I personally didn't think that Polo worked very well as a kind of reality TV docu, not because it couldn't have worked. I just think that the way it was reality TV, which I don't like if I'm honest, there is still a certain art to it. There is still a certain formula that you have to follow, especially if you want to compete with other big shows like Real Housewives. So I think that Polo as a drama series is going to work a lot better. I mean, I guess also because it's a Netflix project, they just had to throw Megan's name in it. But that's the news. Let's wait and see. Every so often I do what I call petty wishes. Petty wishes to piss off the haters. And like would I love for it to come out that Megan's gonna be like front and center in like a Marvel movie, or I don't know, they're adapting some major fantasy sci-fi and Megan's gonna be the leading role and it's a box office billion runaway hit success. Of course. Do I think that'll happen? Well, Meghan and Harry are rather busy and they've got kids. But who knows? Who knows? All right. With that, let's also move on to the news about Harry's payout. Now, granted, I believe that they got insurance for this, so I'm not sure how much, if anything, they have to personally pay. Oh, also, shout out to this young lady right here. A young Miss Nia J. Page. They were doing some kind of run at Disney as part of World Princess Week, and she decided to go as Duchess Meghan, draped in the British flag with British colours on the top and the bottom, and a crown. What a lovely touch. I don't know if she actually won, but she's a winner to me. Shout out to Miss Nia J. Page for going as Duchess Meghan for the Disney run for World Princess Week. How adorable. Wanted to give her a shout out. So, Prince Harry and his co-litigants are ordered to pay 9.5 million in their mail defeat. And this is part of the first payment, apparently. And for more than a month, we've been waiting to see how much they would have to pay and whether or not they would appeal. Now, there were 7 plaintiffs altogether, and a judge has ruled on the initial payment. So Prince Harry and a group of 6 other high-profile figures have been ordered to make an initial payment of 9.54 million in legal costs to the Daily Mail's publisher after they lost their High Court privacy case. The 7 claimants, also including Sir Elton John and Liz Hurley, must pay the initial figure by the 28th of August and could potentially pay up to 25 million more after that in a victory for Associated Newspapers Limited. The group had sued ANL over allegations of unlawful information gathering, which the publisher had denied. On July 7th, Judge Mr. Justice Nicklin, this judge who has links to the tabloids, used to defend them. Oh, no conflict of interest there. Dismissed the claims and said the public figures had failed to prove the allegations. The judge ruled that he was making an exceptional order to force the Duke of Sussex and others to pay 34.5 million in costs incurred by the newspaper group because of the way the case had been brought, including unsupportive claims that top executives from the group had lied to the Leveson inquiry. Listen, you're never going to convince me at this point that the whole system ain't corrupt, because what are you talking about? I mean, nobody within the justice system seems to even be looking even deeper into the fact that Murdoch's group, right, News Corp, deleted something within the region of 30 million emails. 30 million emails. And there doesn't seem to be a court of law anywhere that wants to ask why. What innocent person deletes 30 million emails? What innocent organization, rather? I don't even think I've sent 300 emails in my lifetime. Prince Harry and the other 6 claimants, including Sir Elton John, have until October 2nd to attempt to launch an appeal. The judge also ruled that ANL's costs should be determined on an indemnity basis, which is more favorable to the publisher in terms of the amount it can recover, aside from where orders had already been made. In a statement released on Friday, the publisher called the ruling a devastating critique of an attempt to destroy a newspaper and the reputation of its journalists, editors, and executives. Reportedly, Harry and Elton were waiting to see the numbers of Justice Nicklin's ruling before they made up their minds about appealing. It would be funny if, in the middle of a media frenzy about the Sussexes' return to the UK, Harry decided to appeal the ruling and really go to the mattresses with the Mail. I have no idea at this point. I really don't. I do think that the litigants' insurance will cover most of the initial payment. But again, if they appeal, this will become much, much more complicated. And I think they should appeal. I think they should. Given there was conflict of interest with the judge, I think they should. The whole thing just stinks. I mean, obviously, the Daily Mail don't want to go bankrupt. And this could very much bankrupt them. I mean, they've already been having layoffs, redundancies. J. Law said the BBC is already linking her return to acting with Harry's legal bill, trying to say that they need money to pay the bills. They're working hard for the royals, pushing this narrative. Exactly. They want to push that narrative because it's a narrative they've been pushing. That Harry and Meghan are desperate, that they need the money. And if that narrative isn't real, then they're exposed as liars once again. once again. Listen, Jennifer Lawrence, I believe, got paid something like 30 million for her contract with Dior. Meghan could easily get paid double that. She could be racking up. The fact that Meghan isn't racking up endorsements right now tells you that Harry and Meghan are fine money wise. That she doesn't even need to do that. Otherwise, you'd be seeing Meghan in a Dior ad, in an Evian ad, in a Lancome ad, doing all the ads and the speaking engagements. So why they continue to push this narrative that Harry and Meghan are broke, I don't know. Because if they really, really needed the money, all Meghan has to do is sign some endorsement deals. That's it. Be Strong, you said, and we're on the same wavelength. I was thinking Archer Productions and Disney with a major superhero movie. I would love to see her do that. I do think that with everything I've got going on and 2 kids, I don't know if Meghan would commit to like a major film like that. But I'd love to see it. Benjamin said she would be great in a Nancy Drew-like role in any movie. It's decent and wouldn't break morals clause if such existed. I don't know who Nancy Drew is. Was that like a mum role? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to make assumptions because I'm sure Meghan has arranged to do many things. But actually, the first thing I thought of was, I don't know if you know the movie Wonder, based on the book Wonder, and Julia Roberts starred as the mum, like them type of movies. Who is this Kathy G? A member for 53 months. What is that? Over 4 years? Thank you so much, Kathy G. Be brave, not perfect. Prayers for the Sussexes. 100%. 100%. Be brave, not perfect. Thank you so much, Kathy G. Appreciate your presence. Appreciate your membership. Anybody wants to join membership, you can do via YouTube, but preferably via Buy Me a Coffee, folks. Only because YouTube is a greedy platform. They take so much from creators. All right. Let's go on to the next thing. Yeah. I mean, whatever the payout is, they have insurance and they're paying collectively. So no biggie at all. Harry's lost so much. Losing to some skanky newspaper. That's the least of his worries. Least of his worries. Now, you know who most definitely worried about Harry and Meghan coming back? Kate and William. This is probably what I'm most interested in to observe over the months and leading up to Invictus. Now, in the 24 hours following the huge news of the Sussex's family return to the UK, the royal press was coming up with fun new ways to describe William's incandescent rage over the news. Some said William was furiously blindsided. Reverse Sussex exit, which is what they're calling it, is a slap in the face. Some said that Prince William and Kate are tearing their hair out, or I guess ripping the wiglets, and rage yanking that sad little tough. Well, they've got a new description, courtesy of Peter Hunt. William is apocalyptic. Oh my goodness. Prince Harry and Meghan will face British public and a certain place in the royal pecking order when they start their new life in Britain within a few days. I just don't understand why these royal reporters keep reporting on Harry and Meghan the way they do at this point. It's just weird to me. They will have to face a pecking order. They're no longer working royals. They're literally doing their own thing and have been doing it for the last 6 years. They're also saying William is feeling like he's being forced towards reconciliation. Well, nobody's forcing him, but he is going to look like an absolute god-on fool, avoiding his younger brother when he's in the country. And it's the big elephant in the room, especially because Harry and Meghan met with Charles. Even Camilla was there. And I'm sure, regardless of how stubborn Charles and Camilla want to be, I'm sure they saw the reaction from the tabloids. Oh, how nice it is that there's reconciliation between father and son, and his stepmother, even after what he said about Camilla. I'm sure they've seen that. I'm sure they have. And I'm sure they realize now how much it will work in Charles's favor if that idea is part of the public discourse. Now, it makes William look worse if he still hasn't reconciled with Harry. And I don't even think that William could bring himself to even put on an act and pretend. But it shouldn't be pretend. It should be genuine, and it should come with an apology to Meghan, a genuine one. But I think William he's too stubborn. And like somebody said in the comment section, yeah, I think he'll lose the last of his hair. And I think they get very nervous and jumpy when they don't know what to expect from Harry and Meghan, because then they actually have to start working with a small W, mind you. But now they have to be out and seen a lot more often. It's going to be interesting to compare now that Harry and Meghan are coming to the UK. Let's compare the amount of work that William and Kate do in the following 12 months compared to the last 5 to 6 years. Fitzwilliams, that weirdo royal reporter, says it provokes a crisis for the monarchy because the monarchy's response are often poor when they don't know what to expect. Indeed. Mind you, there's no crisis here. There's no crisis. It's just the institution is still stuck in this medieval way of thinking of battling courts. There's 2 different royal courts. And it's true. Whenever Harry and Meghan wake up and step outside the house, it's like they start panicking. It's just weird. Why don't you just get on with doing what it is you've always done? Show up and smile and wave here and there. Pet a sheep, pet a cow, go visit a farm. Isn't that what you've always done? So why are you panicking now? And now you've got whole royal commentators announcing that the monarchy is poorly managed. I mean, tell us something we don't know. The crisis has been building for a good few decades. Heck, the center of the crisis was when Diana passed away. They didn't handle that well. And going forward, it was just like, oh, well, keep calm and carry on. They had a whole crisis with Diana and they said, keep calm and carry on. They've never really recovered because they never really dealt with themselves from that time. They are unable to navigate situations they can't control. It's actually I sometimes wonder, let's just say Meghan hadn't come into the picture. Let's just say Harry married, a safe, a woman who they considered safe. She's English. She comes from a certain background. I wonder where we'd be now. Because there's an element to which all of the hoo-ha around Meghan is the most relevant the royals have ever been. And I think if Harry had just gone for what they consider to be an acceptable plain Jane, I actually think that people would be um, more disinterested in the roles than ever. Because even hater energy is interest. They've been able to use Meghan to distract from Andrew. In another universe, if I could look at it, some interdimensional alien looking into another dimension, what would it look like if Harry had just, married the plain Jane that they find acceptable? Would they still be using him and her as shields? Probably, but would it stick the same way, the way it stuck because of Meghan is who she is? Very interesting. How things could have gone very, very differently and what things would look like now. Because one of the reasons that, they were able to leave is because, Meghan had connections. Meghan already, there were things that Meghan was going to be able to pick up on that she left in her past life. That was a huge part of why Meghan and Harry were able to leave. Because people like Tyler Perry looked at Meghan and said, oh no, they're going to come after my good sis. If Harry had married a plain Jane, whose house would they be sitting in? If Harry had married a plain Jane, would Oprah have given them the platform? Because I feel like a huge reason. I mean, at the end of the day, Oprah's a businesswoman. If she gets a scoop, she's going to take the scoop. But I do feel there's an element to which Oprah was more willing to give them a platform because of Meghan. Beyonce and Jay-Z threw up a whole shield at the Brit Awards. Whole nother dimension. All right. So yeah, that's that. With the movie, let's wait and see. I would predict that it's either a very small part or Meghan's got just production credits. And with the payment, well, it's left to be seen whether Harry and his other claimants will appeal. I hope they do. And I hope that the Mail actually just humbles themselves. Harry's not scared of the tabloids. He's not scared of the Mail. Our guy's conscience is clean. Carton, you said, I believe Harry will be Wank 2.0. I still think he would have married somebody with personality. But the point I'm trying to make is, I don't think that the tabloids would behave in just the deranged and unhinged way they behave with Meghan. Because from the very beginning, it's just they would be mean, of course. They would hound her, of course, but you can't deny the racial aspect to all of this. It has just been so unhinged. All right. I think I'm going to end this there. Thank you so much, folks. Please do enjoy the rest of your weekend. And if I don't come back with another podcast later this evening, I will see you tomorrow. Ciao.